We have high hopes, and actually the hopes are already being effectuated. We've had the benefit of going through this year as we've been building towards, establishing our networks. The partnership with the Galaxy is more than meaningful to us, and the beauty of it is that we get not only the Galaxy, but we get a relationship with AEG. And so putting the two organizations together creates a wealth of opportunities, starting with the Galaxy and understanding what the Galaxy mean to the LA and Southern California community. That makes it just that much more integral to everything we're trying to do with our two networks, both in English and in Spanish. So we couldn't be happier with all of that.
Well, I think, when people look at the passion of the Los Angeles marketplace and where this marketplace eventually grows, the Galaxy are the fastest growing professional sports team in Southern California. And if you look at Major League Soccer, we today are the 8th largest league now in the entire world. And the thing that makes soccer, football, unique is that every country plays it, everywhere. So when we talk about the 8th most popular league in the world, you have to understand there are hundreds of leagues in and around the world with this sport. And the thing for us that was important is Time Warner saw the future. And when we made the deal, by the way, we hadn't won the championship and we hadn't even locked down the Supporter Shield. We did both last year. And so they had the foresight to see not only our commitment on the pitch and our commitment to excellence and our commitment to trying to win each and every year, but they also, I think, made a bet on the passion of this marketplace towards the sport of soccer and football. And if you see where we're headed and you look at our ratings and you look at the advertisers and the way they support us, and you see the demand in this community towards wanting to watch this team, wanting to be a part of our games, wanting to follow us home and on the road, I think they understood that the growth of the Galaxy is such that there's going to be a day and time when you talk about the Dodgers, you talk about the Lakers, and you talk about the Galaxy, and they have as wide an appeal and as wide a support because of the growth of the sport of football around the world. I think for us it was, and look, I never see vision and opportunity out of the negative, but the reality is they saw an opportunity to take this franchise and put it front and center, and to be treated the way we've been treated, to get the kind of commitment on exposure, on the games that are going to be covered, on the way the games are going to be produced, on following the team behind the scenes. It's one, I think, great for our fans because they want that kind of access. It's the world we live in today. People want to know what's going on and off that pitch. They want to know what's going on with Landon and David and our team in the locker room and at training and as we hit the road. And I think they made a commitment to excellence on production, on coverage, and on the way they cover this team and help us build this brand. And I saw it as a unique commitment because where we were at, they were good to us, but we were not front and center. And ironically, when you look at the kind of rights fees that are now being paid towards World Cup and the amount of money they committed, and then you look at the Galaxy, here we are in LA, in Southern California, and all of our research indicates we're one of the top 5 brands now for sports in this community. And when you have 13, 14 different choices of teams to support and brand loyalty you can get behind, what I loved about Time Warner is I get international rights, I get ultimately the popularity of the World Cup, but the reality is everything starts with the fan base. And in Southern California, football fans are Galaxy fans. And the commitment to take this team and be able to give people a look of this team and the way that we build it, the way that we ultimately interact with each other, and the way that we're going to grow this brand and this team in this marketplace, that was thrilling for us because it allowed us and allowed them to see the Galaxy for what the future is going to hold for us. And I think the future is very bright, not just for this partnership, but more importantly for the sport of football in this country. And by the way, both kinds of football,
yeah,
the round and the edge.
Exactly.
But I also think for the Galaxy to have a partner that is committed to the brand was refreshing and exciting for us.
We like to believe that the impact is going to create just more excitement around the team. You've got such an inviting environment here at the Home Depot Center. It's always very lively, it's always packed, but we hope to think that the television exposure across these two networks will create even more interest in the club and even greater crowds and experiences here at Home Depot Center. And we just think that beyond the games, the interest in the other programming, the non-event programming around the team, that there will be great interest in getting to know these players better, getting behind the scenes with the organization and the teams, and really getting immersed in the LA Galaxy in a way that's never been available before.
But how unbelievable is it now to be a sports fan in this community? Think about what's going on. And I always believe that with sports, clubs' success tend to breed more enthusiasm for the other teams in the marketplace. And I was telling someone the other day, we're in an arms race in Los Angeles. We have the Dodgers and the owners that are doing incredible things with that team and spending $270 million to add, and probably the biggest waiver trade in the history of baseball. You have the Lakers and Mitch and Jimmy that have found a way to do the impossible and get Dwight Howard here when everyone said you'd never be able to do that in the new collective bargaining agreement. And Steve Nash. You have the Galaxy, who are champions. You have the Kings that are champions. You have USC, that's the #1 rated football program in the country today.
And the Sparks heading towards the playoffs.
Sparks headed towards the playoffs and having probably the second best season they've ever had. You have the Clippers, who arguably have the best bench in the NBA today and are going to be very competitive, and people forget about them. And you look around and you have the Angels with Albert Pujols, and they could get some pitching, they're going to be dangerous. And you look at every team, and the amazing thing that I love about this partnership and adding a new opportunity to bring not only more sports, but a different view towards getting behind the scenes and getting involved in the passion of these clubs is this might be the greatest time ever to be a sports fan in LA. We have a new channel coming. We have a new commitment to how you're going to cover these teams and brands and the amount of coverage you're going to bring back. You're creating a Hispanic channel directly aimed at the majority population base of our marketplace at a time when we have the best teams we've ever had. And then we're going to add to that and bring football back here.